So there is this part of foot care nursing that I wasn't prepared for. I don't remember learning it when I did my foot care training course. And when I think about my time in nursing school too, it's not a topic that was brought up much. It was briefly mentioned, but not brought up much. And so in my 3 years of being a foot care nurse, there's been a few instances where this has happened, and I have just learned through those experiences how to deal with these situations when they arise. And this is not an easy topic for me to talk about, so there will be a lot of pauses in this video. And I think how I'll go about doing this video is talking about one particular client that I absolutely loved. And of course, I do have to maintain confidentiality, so I can only give you brief details. So this was a client, I think she was about maybe 96 years old. And I didn't see her on a regular basis. And by regular basis, I mean every 6 to 8 weeks, which is the recommended time for foot care appointments. So I would reach out to her son and I would just text and say, hey, the appointment time is coming up. Would you like to book? And he would reply and say, yes, this is a good day or not. And I didn't hear from them for quite some time. And I just checked in and I just messaged and said, hey, I haven't seen your mom in quite some time. Just checking in to say hi. How is everything? And he messaged back saying that she passed away. And I know this was just a text message, but I took a minute before I could reply, because I was really in shock. And I'm still in shock too. I think for me, when someone passes away, I think of how I can honor them, and I take that moment just to reflect. And I just remembered going to her home and the stories that we would talk about. She would share stories with me, the laughs that we would have, and just her asking about my journey as a foot care nurse and just life in general. And this was someone that I absolutely loved, just loved going into her home. Her home was warm and she was a warm person. And yeah, as I said, this topic is a little bit difficult for me, but going back to that text message, I waited a few minutes and I just wrote back my condolences. And in that moment, I wasn't sure if I should send a card. I wasn't sure if I should have called the son and had a conversation, because my relationship was really with the client and not so much with the son. But he had experienced a loss too, and it was his mom that passed away. And so I just said my condolences and I left it at that, and that was the end of the conversation. But I think moving forward, if I were ever to text someone and they were to say this, I think I would ask, can I send a card or have a conversation with them, because they're experiencing a loss. And as much as this is my client and as much as I'm a nurse and I am to have therapeutic relationships, it's also a business. And, you know, I'm human too, and they are human too. So I want to somehow not just end that conversation where my condolences and that's just it. And of course, some people, they probably just don't want to be comforted. I don't know if I'm someone who should be offering comfort to them, but I think it would definitely depend on the client for sure. Yes. But I think for any foot care nurse or for anyone who has a business and a client passes away, I think my advice or what I would do, God forbid, going forward is to send a card, a simple thing as a card, just to let that person know that I'm thinking of them and that I too remember this wonderful person for who they are. And I think that would be helpful. Yeah. So if you have any tips, or if you are a foot care nurse, or as I said, a business owner, and this has happened, what are some of the things that you have done? Let me know in the comments below.